Welcome to the Burman University Annual Awards Night. It's a night of excitement, a night of surprises. I don't know if you remember when you were little, there was one evening in the year that you were overly excited. You were waiting for the surprises to come. You were convinced finally to go to bed and wait for them in the morning. And in the morning you jumped up, ran downstairs possibly, and you were the only one there. And so then you went to your parents' bedroom and started jumping on the bed to wake them up. Well, tonight you won't have to wait overnight, nor will you have to jump on a bed. But tonight we hope there is as much heightened excitement for what is going to take place as what you recall as a young child at Christmas time. This evening has been made possible because some very generous individuals, our donors. Some are here tonight and some will be making presentations. Some have passed on and they have left a legacy. And we will so much appreciate what they have done with foresight back then, and we still like to honor them through the giving of the scholarships this evening. But it's an exciting evening. We're so happy you're here. First time we've been in the chapel since COVID, but we're glad to be back, and I invite you to join me in prayer as we open this evening's program. Father in heaven, we come to you this evening full of excitement, waiting for the surprises, and we thank you for all the good gifts that you give us. We thank you for being with each of the students this year as they have worked very hard to do their best, and they will be rewarded for that. We thank you for the donors who have been blessed by you and then want to, in turn, bless others. We ask for your spirit here tonight, and we pray this in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Lauren, and good evening. I also would like to thank you all for being here. Our program will start just after a couple of announcements. So at the end of tonight's program, we'd like to take a group recipient photo. So please make your way up onto the stage after the benediction. Also, I'd like to point out a few lists in the printed program. Some names of students who have received either previously awarded scholarships, Government of Canada awards based on GPA, the President's Awards for Continuing Excellence. This last category is based on students who've achieved a 4.0 in one or both of the previous 2 terms, and that's quite a feat, I would say. And all of these students have already received these awards, but we congratulate them for their past accomplishments. I'd also like to take a moment to thank all the many people who helped make tonight's program possible. Charlie Whitworth, Financial Aid Officer, for his work with students as they were applying for the scholarships and for his work with the scholarship committee for selection. Sharon, sorry, pardon me. My sister's name is Sharon, so you know, Shannon Bechtold, Donor and Alumni Relations Officer, who worked for many hours on details preparing for this event. And Angela Diebert, Director of Student Financial Services, for helping us out here this evening, and for all the presenters who took time from their busy schedules to be here as well. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank individuals for looking after the live stream and the audio and the setup of the night and takedown, and there's so many other things that go into an event like this. Thank you all. And also, thank you to our generous donors. It's always a pleasure of mine to work with you between awards nights and to chat with you. It's really a highlight of my year. So thank you for being here, and thank you for your generosity. And thank you to all the students for working so hard so that you could be here tonight. We congratulate you all in advance. And now I would like to call up our first presenter, Tim Butler, and he'll present our first award.
Well, we might as well start out with a very impressive student. So this year, we're proud to present the Alma Will Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Gabe, or Gabriel Manilot. Well, let's keep up the momentum with excellent students. This year, I'm pleased to present the Florence Cen Memorial Scholarship, $1,000 to Samara Bellahome. And the third scholarship I get to present today is the Wombolt Family Scholarship. It was set up with monies donated by Martha Wombolt Krenzler. Martha was a strong supporter of Christian education with assistance of her sons and daughter-in-law, Ron and Lorraine Wombolt, have decided to give it to an education major. I'm pleased tonight to give the Wombolt Family Scholarship to Maris Emmons.
The Elvine Skorts Business Scholarship for Future Entrepreneurs was established in 1993 by Elvine Skorts. Elvine has been successfully involved in financial planning with their company, Achieve Excellence Investments, AEI, which is located in Red Deer. With her interest in money management, it is Elvine's desire that her scholarship be awarded to a promising business major. This year, we are pleased to present two Elvine Skorts Business Scholarships in the amount of $1,000 each to Joanne Harrington and Sherivel Condi, Shy. This year's recipient of the Ivan and Helene Crawford Endowed Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 is Carla Kucher.
My mother was a student here in 1933 from Canadian Junior College. She got married in 41. 6 years later, she was a widow with myself as 4 years old and my sister 4 months old. Fortunately, she was a teacher. So she went back to teaching, sold the farm, made sure that she moved to Lacombe. We lived in Rosedale Valley, so her 2 children could have a Christian education. And We worked hard. We enjoyed it. And she set up a scholarship for someone who's had their future in education. So I'm proud to present a scholarship to Denisha Cooper. It's for $1,000, the Annie G. Tim Education Scholarship.
In the early 1990s, the Grasso Educational Endowment was established by proceeds from the estate of Yvonne Grasso under the executorship of Clarence Grasso. Later, in 2007, Clarence and his wife Beryl set up another Grasso Scholarship. Both scholarships benefit religious studies students. So this year, I'm pleased to present 3 Grasso Scholarships in the amount of $1,000 each. So the first one will go to Gabriel Urbanik. The second one goes to Noël Ribet. And the third one is to Norman Gambold.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. IODE is a national women's charitable organization dedicated to enhancing the quality of life for individuals through education support, community services, and citizenship. Tonight, as education officer on behalf of the Alberta Provincial IOD chapter, it gives me great pleasure to present a check in the amount of $1,000 to Adrian Love.
I am standing here. I'm happy to present the Everett Dick Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, and it goes to Kriana Reima.
The Dr. Jun Peter Fiorito Memorial Scholarship was funded by Jun's loving husband, David, and I think he's somewhere in the congregation. Thank you, David. In February 2023, in memory of her lifetime of service as an educator, administrator, and mentor to students. Jun spent many years on the Hilltop campus doing her best in her own quiet way to encourage others to achieve their goals. Her message to future teachers was this: set your goals high, dream big dreams. She also loved tending to and enjoying her gardens and flowers, as well as traveling the world. This scholarship is in honor of Dr. Jun Fiorito, who served in the School of Education for 25 years and gave hope to the dreams of many. I am very pleased this afternoon to be part of honoring Dr. Fiorito by presenting the Dr. Jun Fiorito Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Ms. Kaylee Van Wert.
The Albert and Emma Reimke Scholarship was established in 1985 in honor of two of my sisters, their daughters, who passed away much too young. Now, my dad, Albert Reimke, was a hard-working farmer and carpenter later who valued Christian education. It was important to him that his children, we, prepare for the job of the workforce with a Christian education. 4 generations have attended here on the hilltop. This year, I am pleased to present the Albert and Emma Reimke Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Asia Whitstone.
The Joseph and Helen Solly Family Scholarship was established in 1996, and you should know that Joseph was my step-grandfather, and Helen was my grandmother. So in 1952, Joe accepted the position of chef, yes, at then CUC, and so with their 5 children, they moved to Alberta, where Helen became his assistant. After 2 years, he was asked to start, if you can believe this, a furniture factory. Yes, because that's also what he had trained in here, and Helen took over the responsibilities of the cafeteria. This year, we are pleased to present the Joseph and Helen Solly Family Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Leanne Marcinick.
The Florence Ford Memorial Scholarship was established in February 2008 to benefit a returning student. Mr. Ford was the former chair of the School of Business, where he served for 9 years before he retired. And this evening, I'm pleased to present the Florence Ford Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Joanne Harrington.
The Inc. Family Business Scholarship was established for two reasons. Number one, to thank Burman University for 21 years of service, challenging but rewarding years, academically and intellectually stimulating and enriching years. For this reason, Patricia and James Inc. are thankful. Number two, to encourage, inspire, and motivate accounting track business students to do their best as they prepare for a career in accounting. And tonight, I'm pleased to present the Inc. Family Business Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Ingrid Ruiz.
The Grace Best Memorial Scholarship was established in 1987. Then Canadian Junior College and Canadian Union College have been blessed a great deal to have several Best family members attend over a long span of time. So the Best family have been strong supporters of Christian education for their children and their relatives. 100 years of Grace's life certainly provided a wealth of support to many, many individuals on their journey through life. We are so grateful for the establishment of the scholarship in Grace's honor and the great blessing that has been to so many students over the last 25 years. And this year, we're proud to present the Grace Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to a student who always smiles when she greets people, Rayshana Walters. The Remon Security Scholarship was established in 1986 by Gary Simpson, who worked 6.5 years in the security department here on campus. And this scholarship was named for George Remon, who also had worked in the security department. He was a portrait artist and also a member of the weightlifting club and enjoyed being physically fit. In 1978, after a short time of pastoring at the Atlantic Union Conference, he died tragically of cancer at the young age of 40. The purpose of this scholarship is to honor and encourage those who work so hard and diligently and importantly in the security and custodial departments here on campus. So this year, the award of $1,000 goes to Seth Asselford.
The next 5 scholarships are awarded to education students who have demonstrated their commitment to volunteer service activities. Why education students? Because teaching is fundamentally a service activity. And teachers, you're going to be serving the rest of your time together in the profession. I wish we had time tonight to hear how each one of these awardees has helped in their community, but we don't have time for that. So my challenge to you is that you reach out to them and you say, why did you get that scholarship? What have you been doing for your community? Because if you do that, you will learn about the joy of service. So tonight, I'm pleased to give 5 of these awards, and I want you, when you hear their name, to say, joy of service. Let's have a little educational experience here. The first one is for Dean Gibson Creary for $1,000. The next one is for Cassandra Hall for $1,000. The next one for $1,000 for Jacob Foster. Another one for $1,000, Kaylee Van Wart. And the last one for $2,000 for Olivia Benoit.
So the Shannon Memorial Scholarship was created after the sudden passing of my mom, who was known on campus as Dean Shannon. The scholarship, funded by her family and friends, is in memory of her dedication to her family and to so many Burman students. The purpose of the scholarship is to assist a Burman student who shows great skill in juggling university, work, and family commitments. Tonight, I am honored to present the Shannon Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Sally Zhao.
I have several awards to present tonight, beginning with the College Class of 1992 Scholarship. It was established in 2000 by the CUC graduating class of 1992 as the result of a senior class gift. Faithfully stewarded over the years, tonight this scholarship yields an award in the amount of $1,000, which is being given to Emma Mowat. Emma is unable to be here tonight because she's attending the Adventist Intercollegiate Association Student Leadership Convention and is on the other side of the continent celebrating with her fellow leaders from across North America. The Earl Fung Memorial Scholarship was established by Glenn Fung of Camarillo, California, in memory of his brother. Glenn and Errol both attended the Hilltop, and Glenn graduated from high school here in 1989. I'm pleased to present 2 scholarships this evening in the amount of $1,000 each. The first to Melissa Duarte Pena. The second scholarship is awarded to Justin Pandala, who is also attending the AIA convention. The Willis Clark Scholarship is named in honor of a man who served many years as a Bible teacher and then director of student finance and driver's ed here on campus. Yes, we used to teach you how to drive when you attended. Students were the center of all that he did at Burman. And I'm sure after teaching them to drive, he had a deeper appreciation for them than they might realize. Over the years, Willis and his wife Millie welcomed many students having difficult times into their home to live with them for months at a time. His affection for students did not end with retirement, for in his later years he liked to reminisce about his former students. He remembered the late Professor Emeritus Reuben Lorenzen, whose service we held just recently here on campus. He remembered him from his 9th grade Bible class as always a good boy. That's the way you want to be remembered, almost 90 years on in your life. This evening, I am pleased to present the Willis Clark Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Alyssa DeGeer. Who is also attending the Adventist Intercollegiate Association Leadership Convention. There is a theme. And that is also partly why some of these students receive these awards, is because of their leadership skills and commitments. So we want to celebrate all of them tonight, even if they cannot be here to join with us. So congratulate them once again for their awards.
The Butler Memorial Scholarship was established to honor my parents and my wife's parents' dedication to having their children educated. So for $1,000 tonight, we would like to celebrate the work of Ella Schafer.
So I have the privilege to present 2 other scholarships here, 2 different ones. First one is the Edward Zimmerman Scholarship, which was established by Elmer and Janet Zimmerman of Vernon, BC, in memory of Elmer's father, Edward. Edward and Lydia Zimmerman were dairy farmers who lived near Leduc for many, many years. They were committed to Adventist education and regularly attended functions here on campus. So this year's recipient of the Edward Zimmerman Zimmerman Scholarship is of the amount of $1,000 goes to Sherabel Condé. The next scholarship that I would like to present this evening is, this year we are proud to present the Yorkton Danilenko Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to a religious studies major, Aimi Ogawa.
I am pleased to present the Advanced System Award for Student Leadership. This was a scholarship my wife Candy and I established to recognize leaders on this campus. When I graduated in 1981, I realized the importance of the opportunities that was given to me here as a student. And that has fueled my passion to continue to support Burman and to spend time with the students. So I'm pleased today to award this to Sarah Furster in the amount of $1,250. I'm pleased to present the next one that was established in 2020, the Edith Fitch Memorial Volunteer Scholarship. This was set to recognize a life of service that began with 8 years of teaching in the public school system, followed by 33 years in the Adventist education. In addition to teaching, volunteering in the church and community were always important to Edith's life. Edith was a very, very close friend of mine, and one of the first ones to travel to Africa with me over 30 years ago. And after her retirement, she volunteered for almost 20 years in the archives department of Burman University for a total of 20,000 hours. This scholarship was established to recognize a student who, while pursuing full-time study, is actively involved in volunteering activities either on or off campus. This scholarship is in the amount of $1,500 and will go to Joseph Hackett today.
The Dan and Winfred Murphy Scholarship was set up in 2015 by the Murphys themselves. Dan and Winnie had attended high school here, graduating together in 1955. They then continued on, Dan for 2 years in the 2-year junior arts program at the college level, and Winnie took her 1-year teaching training course here on the Hilltop as well. And they taught for many years in the British Columbia Conference, Dan finishing his denominational work as manager at Camp Hope, retiring in 2002. The Murphys set up this scholarship saying that this was one way that they could give back to the school where they spent some of the very happiest years of their lives. So tonight I am pleased to present the Dan and Winifred Murphy Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 to Abel Safawo.
Angela Reimke was born a runner and competed at the Junior World Games and the Junior Olympics and Junior Pan Am Games before she suffered a career-ending injury. She and her husband, my son, turned to athletics to get through tough times in life. They both valued education and what it can provide and established this scholarship to help out a student who shows excellence in study and who gives their academics their best efforts. Tonight, I am pleased to present the David and Angela Reimke Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 to, I'm going to use this name, Ryan King.
My parents, the Markowskis, set up the Ernie and Sylvia Markowski Scholarship to benefit a music or business major. Ernie and Sylvia met as high school students here on the hilltop. Ernie furthered his education at Union College, and on one occasion, when he returned to the hilltop for a musical program, he was pleased to meet Sylvia again. 1 year later, they married. After their marriage, Ernie went back to school and worked many hours extra to make ends meet during those years, and eventually received his MA in business. He and Sylvia recognized the financial difficulty that many students can face from their own past experience. This evening, I am happy to present the Ernie and Sylvia Markowski Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 to Jaden Manuel.
John McKim was dedicated to education and medicine, so much so that if you're in the School of Education, you're taking most of your classes in a building named after him. Okay. So this year, we're proud to present the James McKim Memorial Education Scholarship for let's see if I can find her, for $1,500 to Jessica Harrington.
Charles E. Weniger, Seminary Dean and gifted public speaker, and he was remembered for his thoughtfulness, kindness, and unexpected care for individuals. The Weniger Fellows Student Scholarship was established to support students attending accredited North American Seventh-day Adventist colleges and universities, and to challenge them to emulate the qualities of excellence in all aspects of their lives. This evening, it is with pleasure that I present the Weniger Fellows Student Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 US to Francesca Etanoff.
I am pleased to present the Burman University General Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 to a very talented young lady, Olivia Kwok. Born in the early 1900s, Earl and Joseph MD lived in Big River, Saskatchewan, where they had a thriving business, Big River Apiaries. The MDs set up a trust fund in excess of $100,000 with the Canadian Union Conference that is managed by a financial broker. Earnings from this fund are transferred to Burman University for the scholarship recipients. This year's recipient of the Earl and Josephine MD Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 is Rihanna Carey. This year's recipient of the T.E. and Margaret Unre Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 is Yandira Campos. I don't think Yandira is here this evening, but we'll make sure she gets it. The Melody Alakus Be Big Leadership Scholarship was first conceptualized by 4 friends and alumni as they reminisced about their involvement on campus during their university days. Campus involvement of these friends ranged from working as RAs, being on the student association, participating in choir and choir executive, intramurals, sports teams, and even establishing campus clubs which still run today. Filipino Club. The goal of this scholarship is to reward students who are leaders and involved on campus while contributing to the culture of the university. This year, I'm pleased to present the Melody Alakus Be Big Leadership Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 to Sarai Elvire. Sarai is sick today and can't make it, but just like with the other one, we'll make sure she gets it.
The Canadian Adventist Long-Term Care Association, or CALTCA, represents the healthcare ministry of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Canada. With 6 facilities located in Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta, CALTCA actively serves the 788 seniors who call these places home. With warmth, compassion, quality nursing, and whole-person care, residents are served by a staff and volunteers who provide for their daily needs with dignity and respect. Kathy Fortunate, the local CALTCA representative, could not be here tonight, but my wife Angela and I have personal ties to the association, having served in our care center just north of here in Sherwood Park for many years, and we can both personally attest to the value that CALTCA brings to the communities that they serve. On behalf of CALTCA, it is my pleasure to award the recipient of the Canadian Adventist Long-Term Care Association Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 to Dwight Ryan Rumambi.
Carolyn Weeb Ivanenko was born in Manitoba as a farmer's daughter. She attended public school until grade 11 when she came to what was then Canadian Union College and graduated from high school in 1969. She transferred to Andrews University to ultimately graduate first with a bachelor's and then a master's degree in psychology. She joined the faculty at CUC from 1978 until 1988, first as counselor director and then as departmental head. Following an 11-year hiatus, she returned to CUC in 1999, this time as Director of Counseling and Guidance. Her career was cut short by a brief battle with cancer. She passed away on October 22, 2002, at the young age of 48. Carolyn's focus was to assist students to become the best they could in whatever career God had gifted them. This scholarship of $2,000 is given in her honor to an education major at Burman University. And this year, it is my pleasure to present this to Grace Landry. The J. Wilfred Johnson Scholarship, Family Scholarship, was established in memory of Wilfred Johnson and his wife, Dolly. J. Wilfred Johnson came to Canadian Junior College in 1941 to teach. Since he had only a temporary license, he took classes while working and graduated in 1943. He continued teaching at CJC as well as serving as registrar until 1946, and then he finished his career in Lacombe Public School System as a vice principal and a teacher. This year, we are proud to present the J. Wilfred Johnson Family Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 to Brendan Aspinez.
The Emily Schafer Scholarship was established in 1984, always known around this community as Grandma Schafer. She's a grandma to my wife, Candy, and a grandma to Ron Schafer, and many of her grandchildren attended here, and today I saw Ella Schafer, a great-granddaughter, who received a scholarship. Grandma Schafer never had a chance to go to school. And she also had 13 children, and many of them went to school here. And so many of the family members put this scholarship together to remember Grandma Schafer and a love for the students at Burman. So this evening, it is my pleasure to present the Emily Schafer Scholarship Award in the amount of $2,000 to Michael Isabairi. Keith and Nari Cloughton set up this scholarship in memory of Keith's parents, Herbert and Pearl. Keith was a librarian here from 1979 to 1993. He still lives in this area as a retired individual. This scholarship is given to a student who achieves academically and has participated in some form of mission service outside of North America. Tonight, I am pleased to announce that the recipient of the Herbert and Pearl Cloughton Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $2,000. This is going to go to a young lady who traveled with me to Africa last March. So I'm doubly pleased that she's able to receive this. Gemma Mohima.
Good evening. This scholarship is in memory of my father, Julio Davila Sr., who passed away while I was in school here at Canadian University College at the time, now Burman University, doing my best to fulfill my dreams and his deferred dreams. JR and I both imagined a day when we would be able to honor what our shared experience of being first-generation immigrant means to us. I thought we would dream a long time, but we were able to start this scholarship with what we have. The title, Immigrant, is something that we are both profoundly proud of, a badge we wear with honor, and invite those of you who share this experience to do the same. Playwright and composer Lin-Manuel Miranda penned these famous words. Immigrants, we get the job done. Whether that be adapting to the rhythms of life in a new country, we get the job done. Learning a new language, we get the job done. Improving generational patterns, we get the job done. Academics, athletics, and side hustles. This year's recipient of the Julio Davila Sr. Memorial Scholarship got the job done. Among one of her many jobs was Afterglow director, Miss Davion Tapper.
Well, good evening, everybody. You all look lovely tonight. It's great. We have a set of awards that we'd like to present this evening. I'd like you to just be aware of a couple of words of wisdom that I think Richard and Irma would like to share with you. There's 4 words I'd like to just throw out to you and have you just kind of ruminate on a little bit. The first word is idea, ideas. The next word that I'd like to share with you, I'm losing my memory here, is values. The next word I'd like to share with you is ideologies. And the 4th word is principles. And Richard and Irma, before they immigrated to Canada, were surrounded by a variety of ideals and a variety of ideologies and a variety of principles. And the ideologies, as you can imagine, that were prevalent in Western Europe pre-World War II were not the greatest for the most part. And so the point I'm simply trying to make is that Richard and Irma came across not being involved in the ideologies of the day. And I think that they would want to pass that information on to you. Be wary of the ideologies that are swirling around. Rather, consider the concept of principles. More specifically, biblical principles. And that's what allowed them, as immigrants to Canada, to succeed in the variety of things that were just articulated here today. So, principles, biblical. The Richard and Irma Academic and Leadership Scholarship was created to assist a student who demonstrates leadership skills, as evidenced by their on-campus involvement in leadership roles. This evening we have 2 such awards in the amount of $2,000 each. The first gives us great pleasure to give to Sung Choi. Now, the second recipient is away at said previously mentioned convention, Elena Kiano Kolokolova. So put your hands together for her.
And good evening. The second Richard and Irma Academic Improvement Scholarship was established to recognize and reward a student who has improved their GPA term over term. And we are honored this evening to present 2 of the Richard and Irma Academic Improvement Scholarships in the amount of $2,500 each, one to Adrian Love, and the second one to Cassandra Hall.
Final presentations we'd like to make. Richard and Irma Kutzner Scholarship. Again, this was set up to ease the financial burden of one of Burman's deserving students. This evening, it gives us great pleasure to present 2 of these awards in the sum of $2,500 each. The first name I'd like to call out is Gina Jewett. And the second award goes to Michelle Villalobos.
Good evening. My name is Lisa Vormbrock. I am the branch manager here in the Comet Service Credit Union. It's an honor to be here this evening amongst all of you. Our credit union deeply values education and community support, which is why we established an endowment fund with Burman University 5 years ago. Tonight, I have the honor of presenting our $2,500 scholarship to a full-time continuing education student that is very dedicated to their studies. I'm delighted to announce tonight's recipient of the Service Credit Union Scholarship is Asia Whitstone.
Each year, the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Canada generously funds 2 scholarships for education students. And this year, I am very pleased to present the SDSCC Education Scholarships in the amounts of $2,000 and $3,000 respectively to Karina White, and $3,000 to Sarah E. Alvear, who is not well. Let's give her a hand.
This endowed scholarship was started in 2008 by my sister, Carol Nix, who was at the time librarian or had just moved on. She wanted to start this so that there would be a way that we as a family could always remember and honor my parents, Alvin and Pat Anderson. Pat was a public school teacher and principal most of her adult life, and my dad, Alvin, was a local farmer. Before they were married, already my dad was beginning to support my mom in all of her educational endeavors, even to the point one time of providing a teacherage. You know, that's a little house where a teacher could live in those days, for her. And then, of course, after they were married, that was a permanent teacherage. My mom and dad really valued education, and they made sure that all 6 of us kids were able to come to Canadian Union College, at least for our high school. Now, in those days, most of us had to go on to some other institutions for our university education, because not very many degrees were offered at that time here. It was Canadian Union College then. Yes, that was 60 years ago. Now, people, you have no idea the extent to which we are blessed today to have Burman University, with all the degrees that you represent, with all the joy that's coming to each of you because you get to stay in Canada for your university degrees. Can I hear something? So today, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to be able to offer a scholarship. I'm not going to tell you that just yet, though. I want to tell you one more thing about an endowed scholarship. When Carol started that, it was just with a pittance of money. And then, since then, I think we're over 15 of us who have individually given more than once, some of us, some just once, but every time we have a family gathering, we tell all of the grandchildren and the in-laws what our scholarship is standing at now, and it always increases a little bit after those speeches. So tonight, I'm really pleased to give this scholarship to Karina White.
Born in the great province of Manitoba, Catherine Nicol Graff was the youngest of 10 children. And as a young girl, she watched her mother suffer and then pass away. She made the decision to become a nurse in order to provide comfort and help to the sick. She went on and graduated from Loma Linda University School of Nursing in fulfillment of her dream, and for years served there as the director of School of Nursing and Nursing Services. She never attended CJC or CUC, yet she had a keen interest in the school because most of her siblings either attended or worked here and had children or children who attended. So this year we've got 2 recipients for the Catherine Nicol Graff Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $3,000 each. The first one, Buntu Kusi. One of the many advantages of attending Burman University is you get opportunities for leadership, and this next recipient is also off on that conference on the other side. Browan Christian. No, sorry, Browan Christian's here. Sorry. I messed up. Okay, now I get to the student who's not here. Herman and Grace Trapp were longtime residents of the Lethbridge area and firm supporters of Christian education, and were interested in young people and enjoyed spending time with them. Herman was a successful farmer and businessman, as well as being an excellent financier. Grace, who also understood good business practices, and her talents complemented her husband in many ways. So tonight I'm happy to present the Herman and Grace Trapp Scholarship, again in the amount of $3,000 to Martin Santomen.
There are some who, through acts of service and generosity, leave a legacy on campus. If you're a science student, you take your classes in one of our signature buildings, the Science Center. And if you remember seeing a picture of a couple, a husband and wife by the name of Clarence and Ruby Lindgren, they were major donors for that building. If you're an athlete, or even like just to go down to the gymnasium to have some fun once in a while, you'll notice on the hardwood floor, tribute to them, they made that possible as well. They continue their legacy through a scholarship this evening, and so we are pleased to present the Clarence and Ruby Lindgren Scholarship in the amount of $3,000 to Joshua Martin. And it's also my pleasure to present the Claude H. Casey Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $3,000 to Nana Ray.
This evening, I'm pleased to present the Eugene Clarence Glanzer Scholarship Awards in the amount of $3,000 each to 4 individuals. First one, Brandon Weeb. Next one is Hillary Sulet. Denora Tanahue. And lastly, to Arden Brock.
Lynn Cater was born with a physical disability and was in a wheelchair for her entire life. But those who knew her will always remember her as a vibrant, cheerful lady. And so this scholarship was established by her parents, Anthony and Evelyn Cater, in her honor. And later on, when some of their relatives joined in with donations, the scholarship name was changed to reflect the family Both name as well. So this year, I am pleased to present the Cater Both Scholarship in the amount of $3,000 to Aaron Park.
Again, this evening I have the privilege to present 2 awards. It's my pleasure to present the Religious Studies Scholarships in the amount of $3,000 each to Manny Olivier Jacques. And the second one, also for $3,000, Ewan Nugent.
This scholarship is based on academic performance and departmental or school evaluation. So it's my pleasure tonight to present this first academic achievement scholarship, BBA and BEd, in the amount of $3,000 to David Kapiniak.
Yes, I'm standing up again. And this is for excellence in the sciences. So those who perform well in their science courses and also who did well in services. So I have two here. So the first one is the 2024 Academic Achievement Award for Bachelor of Science in the amount of $3,000 goes to Kyle Bacalso. And the second award I'm going to give today is I'm happy to present the Dean's Award for Excellence in Bachelor of Science in the amount of $4,500 to Denia Pandala.
As Dean of Arts and Social Sciences, I also get to give a Dean's Award, and I'm very pleased tonight to, although I'm sorry he's not here, the award for the area of Bachelor of Arts degrees to Elijah Amayo.
It is my pleasure to present the Dean's Award for Excellence, BBA, Bachelor of Education in the amount of $4,500. I'm looking for Ariane Russ.
The Legacy Scholarship was first funded by a group of medical students at Loma Linda University who graduated from Burman. The aim of the fund is to encourage students to pursue their own notable and long-lasting contribution to their school and community. This scholarship exists to inspire students to consider for themselves what legacy they will be leaving behind at Burman University when they graduate. This award is offered in the form of a check as a reward to a deserving and highly qualified student for his or her dedication to making this school and its community an even better place for future students. This year, the Legacy Scholarship in the amount of $5,000 is awarded to Elijah Amaya. And of course, Elijah is one of our students who is away at AIA, but we congratulate him.
Mary Crisawati's love of music, Christian education, and this campus prompted her to set up this scholarship to assist a keyboard music major who has used his or her talents in service for the campus and the community. Tonight, I am happy to present the William and Mary Crisawati Music Keyboard Scholarship in the amount of $5,000 to Joshua Lange.
The Krause Family Scholarship was established in 1988 to honor the great sacrifice Frank and Myrtle Krause gave in order to educate their 5 children here at CUC and CJC at that time. With the desire to give their children a Christian education, they made a life-changing decision, and in 1940, they moved to Lacombe. Frank worked on the school farm, in the maintenance department, on building projects, or wherever he was needed in Lacombe and Calgary. When he became too old to be employed, he kept the 8th Avenue Mall in Calgary clean by picking up cans and bottles until he was attacked and robbed in 1982. He returned to his family in Lacombe, where he lived out his life. This is actually his son, Don Krause, was in the education department, and his wife, Renata Krause, taught in the English department with Dr. McDowell. And more importantly for all of you, Renata has edited the Burman University magazine for the last 7 years. And they have deep interest in the future of you and the lives that you will touch. This year, I'm proud to present the Krause Family Scholarship in the amount of $6,000. It's going to go to another young lady. Last March, she was on a mission trip with me also, and I got to know her. And lately, her smiling face at McDonald's sometimes greets me. So I'm very pleased to award this scholarship to Sandra Glover for $6,000.
The Tinkler Family Scholarship was created in honor of the memory of Des and Ruth Tinkler. Des was a farm boy from Saskatchewan, and Ruth a city girl from Edmonton, and they met here on this campus at CJC in the 1930s. They married soon after, and spanning 40 years of work for the church from British Columbia to Newfoundland, they served in colporteur work, Bible instructor work, evangelism, radio ministry, pastoral ministry, and church administration. And I had the privilege of actually, as a very young child, to have Pastor Tinkler as our pastor in my hometown in Vernon, British Columbia. During the 1960s, Des was a member of the Burman Board of Trustees here. Just as a side comment, their daughter, Joyce Tinkler Van Schiek, was a librarian on this campus for many years as well. So tonight I'm happy to present the Tinkler Family Scholarship in the amount of $6,000 to Cable Crombie. Margaret Ellaway Kaufman is the generous donor of the Dora and Zaker Ellaway Endowed Scholarship, which was set up to benefit a student majoring in biology, psychology, or behavioral science. Up until very recently, Margaret lived in Glendale, California, where she was a longtime supporter of Adventist education and specifically of Burman University through this scholarship, as well as through other fundraising initiatives on this campus. She's passed away just in the last year, if I'm not mistaken. But tonight I am very pleased to present the Dora and Zaker Ellaway Endowed Scholarship in the amount of $7,000 to, well, she's in absentia as well. But in case you're watching, you should be happy, Michelle Luceno.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ashley Cowley, and I am excited to present the Legend Scholarship this evening, as I was the recipient of this generous award last year. The Legend Scholarship was established in 1998 by David Cadigan, Trevor Cadigan, Robert Clark Jr., Sunil Ilopogu, Ian Lund, and Brad Owetman. In establishing this scholarship, it was in their desire to continue the legend of CUC, now Burman University. The 6 men, passionately appreciative of the high-quality Christian education obtained at Burman University, then CUC, desired to give others the same opportunity. Their dream was to provide a full tuition scholarship. The first award, presented in 1998, was in the amount of $125. As the donors worked toward their dream for the Legend Scholarship, they also realized their own dreams, taking up careers in medicine, dentistry, and the arts. One can only imagine the tremendous impact these 6 men have had on their own communities, let alone on this campus. In recognition of this, in 2007, these gentlemen were jointly honored by receiving the Young Alumnus Service Award presented by past President Andrea Luxton. In 2008, the donors achieved their goal for the Legend Scholarship. This year, the recipient of the award will be the 14th individual to receive an amount covering tuition for a full year. It is a legend of gratitude and generosity. It is a legend of a dream made possible, a dream to give back. This year, I am very proud to present the Legend Scholarship in the amount of $15,840 to Tae-Hee Kim.
first have to make an apology. Dyslexia must have slipped in, and I mispronounced the last winner's name. Caleb, I apologize. Lovell and Mary Hagel held a variety of jobs in their lifetimes, teaching, maintenance, owners of a health food company, logging and making funeral urns. Lovell became acquainted with a man in the movie business in Hollywood and learned the skills of electronics and sound projection. From this, he developed a hobby of slide presentations, and after he retired, he arranged many presentations with scenic pictures taken during their travels. A percentage of the Hagel estate was designated to our university in memory of the Christian influence of the faculty of Canadian Junior College while they were students. And this year, we are proud to present the Lovell and Mary Hagel President's Scholarship in the amount of $10,000, again in absentia, to Lydia Kofles.
So that concludes our presentation section of the program. And if is Amy still here? Amy is going to offer our benediction.
Let us pray as we close this ceremony. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering us together and have this time to reflect and recognize the accomplishments and involvement of each student here, and in campus activities, ministries, and their academic performances. Thank you for incredible, generous, and committed donors, and also happy students here. I ask you, Lord, to bless each one of us and help each one of us to continue glorify you more. And please bless the students as they do their final project and final exams. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. And as it is time for a group photo, we encourage all the recipients to come up on front.